Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for coming, for staying tuned. Thank you so much for being around again. Thank you because it takes love for you to support this way, and I quite appreciate it. Thank you. Now we're going into what we have today. We have phosphorus. We started earlier in the previous classes. We looked at calcium, minerals, like calcium. We talked about the historical perspective of it, the function, the absorption, and the others. So today we'll commence with a new series on phosphorus. Phosphorus, we'll look at what do we expect, the dietary phosphorus. Now let's go into it first. Phosphorus is represented with the letter P, scientifically represented with P, and it has an atomic weight of 31. Now hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, hydrogen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, and that's number 10 plus 4, 14. So number 14, so that's phosphorus. So we'll be having atomic number 14. Now, what do we expect on this? We have the historical perspective. How did phosphorus come about? And then the sources of dietary phosphorus, then the function of dietary phosphorus, the absorption of phosphorus, the metabolism of it, then the deficiency symptoms. We'll then wrap it up. So let's start from the historical part of it. Now today, phosphorus, a brief history. Phosphorus was discovered in 1669 by a German alchemist called Hennig Brand. Now he named it. Now the name phosphorus came phosphorus, which is a Greek word meaning light bearer. Why? Because it actually glowed in darkness. You see some light coming out from it. Now another thing, that was just phosphorus. But then the dietary phosphorus. Now during the 20th century, like 19 this, 19 that, the 19 this, they discovered that phosphorus has nutritional benefits, in which case it still hovers around the skeletal system, the bones, and the other energy formation, like we have with the ATP, adenosine triphosphate, energy release. That is during the catabolism of intaking food. So let's look at the sources of dietary phosphorus. Dietary phosphorus. Now phosphorus is usually available in both in plants and animal tissue. Now in the cell structure, phosphorus is a major component in cell structure. A major component in the DNA and the others. You have them. Those are nucleic acid and the others. So phosphorus is actually in abundance. Then it's usually available in the level as phosphate. Now phosphate. The first one is in animal products. You have phosphorus in meat, in fish, in egg, and dairy products. We'll talk about dairy products. We'll talk about sources that are from milk. It doesn't have to be cow's milk. It can be goat's milk. It can be elephant's milk, camel's milk, dairy products. Dairy products, in which case you have milk, cheese, yogurt, dairy. Now this is different from dairy. The dairy is for writing dairy. Dairy is the milk product. The number 2 is plant sources. The plant sources like legumes and nuts, legumes, pulses, and seeds and grains. Now usually when you have them as phosphates in this place, now your excess of it can have a boomeranging effect. Excess of phosphorus can affect absorption of it. Now I want to come back to legumes. Legumes, you have like pulses, you have the cowpea, and you have the beans family, in which is cowpea is one of them. Then we'll look at the processed food part of processed food, you have phosphorus being incorporated in them as phosphate. You have soft drinks, you have processed meat, processed baked food, you have them as additive being put. Then fortified food, like some cereals, you have, let me not mention them, some breakfast cereals. So breakfast cereals, nutritional supplements are fortified with phosphorus. Now, I want to give an assignment before we come for the next class, and then we'll consider the functions of phosphorus. I want you to know, go and read up how phosphorus is important in energy formation in form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and then how it plays its part in the cell components. Till then, thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you so much for being in class. I want to appreciate you for sharing, for liking. Let's see you in the next class. Thank you.